every person that person is a mutual with, you can send them a message and it will go directly into their inbox.
Yeah. I mean, the groups. I mean, I've been trying to friend everyone that
Mm,
one I send a message to, and two I just come across their likes and their comments now, and
yeah.
it's slowly building. I went from sort of like 20 friends to like 75 or something like that just today.
Hmm.
So,
Good.
um,
Nice. Nice. Yeah. So just it's all about even if your messages are just getting opened. It's just like first impressions. Everyone, first thing, either the message is not even getting sent directly into their inbox, so they don't even notice that you sent them a message. Like for example, I don't even know how many messages a day in my requests. So sometimes I literally don't even know if I've been received a message. So more often than not, I only ever notice the messages I receive from my mutuals, or at least someone who's
right, right,
friends with someone I'm a mutual with. Yeah,
right.
so.
Okay.
Mhm. So does that answer your question? At least to
Yeah,
give it the best.
that's perfect. That's yeah. I've got it down in the notes now, so I'll
Perfect. Nice. Nice.
keep that in my head.
Okay. So the Joel has just joined in and Thato. How's you guys doing?
Oh, good, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm just, keeping it pushing, making shit happen.
Yo, what's up, man?
Of course, man. Of course.
How's everyone doing? I hope you guys have a wonderful day so far. Everything's good on your end, both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So yeah, so pretty much what I think Nate had been asking Jake was so far, how has the training been? Because I wanted to ask Will, because you guys are the ones who've just consumed the training. So what are your thoughts on the training? What are your impressions, suggestions, honest opinions, anything like that? Anything we can improve on? Anything you think it's a bit too basic for anyone else?
Uh, since I've already gone through a lot of training before,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I didn't really like get new stuff, but yeah, some of it's pretty good.
So would you
I
say
can't
it's
really.
more than? Oh wait, never mind. Just keep going.
Yeah, it's really good for like if I was just starting, it'd probably be really good. But
Mm-hmm.
since I've already been doing this for a while,
Mm.
it's yeah.
So when it comes to the training itself, what would you say is at least very basic? What needs a bit more polishing in your opinion?
I'd say like the messaging flow because like
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's not very robust. Like there's a
It's a
lot
bit
of
sporadic. I feel like you talk about one thing and then you talk about another with the
Mm-hmm.
messaging flow. But
Okay.
apart from that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll work on that
Oh
and
yeah,
create.
also uh I could make a Instagram uh training sometime today. I've been
For optimizing, or what do you mean, or for outreach on
for,
Instagram?
for like for like outreach and
Mm-hmm.
optimization and
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Well,
I've been meaning to do it, but I've been lazy
Mhm.
about it.
Well, the thing is, I think um, with you specifically, Will, I think like since you've been in CNC before, like a lot of the training that we learned, or at least we've implemented, is the training we got from our program on how to do appointment setting. So majority of the stuff you might have seen is pretty similar, and I can't blame you for that because if we're
Yeah,
all coming from the same ish program, we'll pretty much have the same kind of information. That's why I was at. You guys are pretty much the best people to ask because if you go through multiple agencies, or at least you've had some experience, you've seen multiple kinds of trainings. So, you guys are the best people to ask as to how to improve it. So, yeah, we'll look into the messaging flow and at least make it a bit more linear in terms of understanding the progress of the conversation. Because the thing is we built it off what we used. We were just like pretty much we know how it works. We don't really know how to explain it to someone else, at least in the way that makes the most sense. But yeah, we'll
yeah,
improve
for
on
sure.
that. and make it a bit more, clear as to how it, goes from step 1 to step, 10 or whatever like that. So have you guys tried the messaging flow for, getting straight to the point, the one for, hey, would you be interested in getting, this many leads, or how much is your program, something like that? When you tried that?
I did that. I tried that at CNC, and my response rate was like
It was pretty
2%
what?
maybe. It was pretty low. It was like 2%
Mhm.
maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, well, the thing with
And
that kind of message is like it's highly reliant on how well optimized your profile is. Like, depending on how much, social proof you have, the better the responses you get. So
yeah,
pretty much like
maybe
we've
once you
seen
get
it.
some of your clients
Oh
to
yeah, yeah, we
make
forgot
their
about
own.
that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
We'll add a what's it called, a folder in the training where you'll just find some screenshots at least you can put up, and then we're creating a VSL that you guys can have in your pinned, at least that goes in depth about everything to do with the service and everything like that. So the case study, we're still working on that so that you guys can also put it somewhere on your profile.
yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
appreciate what you said.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. So apart from that, if there's any, I think that's pretty much it. I just want to get you guys' opinions. Oh, Favor, how's it going? I don't know if you'll be able to respond to this, at least with your mic, but I've been asking everyone to give me their opinions of the training, any suggestions or any, concerns or, anything that you have in mind about the training. Tell me what you think. How did you find the training? I don't know if I think you'll just type out the message. Found it all right. Okay, so I guess that means you didn't like it or you did like it. No, that's a very vague answer. So far, okay. Well, how much? I'm not really sure how much experience you have with appointment setting. That's the thing. Do you have previous appointment setting? I can't really remember from your application. Because you new to all this. Okay, okay. So okay, at least and as Will said, when you're a beginner, it's pretty informative. What about you, Godwin? Hey, by the way, welcome to the meeting. How's it going?
Yeah, everything is going well.
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Nice, nice, nice. So I was just asking some, just some quick questions of how you guys found the training and your honest opinions, suggestions, or complaints, anything like that. So, what did you find the training, or how did you find the training?
Um, to be honest, the training was actually elaborate. Like it was actually better than the
Mm-hmm.
training in my previous offer, and
Mm-hmm.
like that's already a very positive sign. Then, except that nothing really for now.
Mm, okay. So what would you say is one thing that we could improve on in the training at least?
Um, hmm. Wow. I'm not actually thought of that yet,
Okay, now
but
it's all good.
that I spoke to you about the Zapier Calendly
Mhm.
stuff. I
Yeah,
think like
yeah.
that's it.
We'll look into that and figure out a way to implement that into our Discord as well. So I think I liked it actually, the fact that it alerts everyone.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
we'll look into that and get that up as soon as possible if we get some time to put that into implementation. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion on that. And also, Will, we're also
Yeah, no
taking into consideration what you had said about what you meant about Notion was putting the training on Notion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So, man, I love Notion. I could probably do it for you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We
Yeah.
use Notion.
Uh, would you mind if we do some messaging reviews real quick? I kind of fumbled with this guy, but
Yeah, I
I
mean
don't know
that's
where
that's
exactly I hit
exactly
it.
what we're supposed to get into right after this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, usually how we do it is that Tato is already pretty familiar. What we do is just have everyone give us a breakdown of how their outreach went, and then we look at a couple of the messages that you sent, and then we give you some feedback on that. So you can go ahead and start off. Well, show us how did you
All right.
fumble the bag exactly?
All right.
I'll send you a message. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's perfect. If you guys have any other, something comes
All
to
right.
mind, just share it later.
All right. We're good. So this guy Matt,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if he's qualified. He doesn't really look very qualified, but
Mm-hmm.
decided to give it a whirl anyways. So
Mm-hmm.
I started off. I thought it was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
and it says I am. I said, oh, okay. It says, uh, life and business development.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. You must be killing it yourself. I said, I don't really know what to say here, because like, what do you think I
It.
should say?
I mean,
Should I
we
just
do have
say
it.
like
We
I'm a
have it
growth
in your
partner?
training. Let me show you. It's in your training. I don't. Now that's the thing. It's about the conversational flow. We need to fix that. So it's in
Oh,
this document called Message Assistant. Message Asset Assistant, actually. Let me share this real quick. So what exactly you're supposed to say is when you get to that point and they ask you, okay, what do you do? You say, why can't I see it? Document is still loading. Let me scroll down right here. So you basically say, where is it?
go ahead and share your screen, man,
Oh,
so I can.
I am a growth. Okay, let me just copy paste this and put this in the chat. As you can see. So you can say this or just pretty much just shorten it and then just say I'm a growth specialist at Myriad Labs. That's it. And then you can,
Uh,
instead of saying all this, we specialize in helping online entrepreneurs, what, you can just say, okay, we help online entrepreneurs, get 5 to 15 clients completely organically with zero ad spend. You know,
yeah.
you can say that, puts in a bit more emphasis on some pain points some coaches have, which is spending ads and getting new clients. So, yeah, you can try that out. So, that's what you wanted to say. What about the rest of the convo?
All right. You share my screen again. So that's what I did.
Hmm.
I said I'm a growth partner. I didn't do the full thing, but
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
I
it's all
guess
good.
that's all right. So I said, you must be getting a lot of business from the looks of things. Mind if I ask a
Hmm.
quick question? Says, not at all. And I think this is right where I fumbled. I said, what channels are
Hmm.
you currently using for outreach? Is it Facebook or
Hmm.
something else?
Yeah,
And
so
he
right,
goes,
right there, he just immediately sniffed you out and pretty much just saw from the jump that you're trying to sell him something. So that's the thing is that I don't know if you know this, but pretty much like everybody on Facebook hates to be sold to. Like, at in no way, shape, or form should they at least feel like they're being sold to. So that's why we have this whole inefficiency thing, which brings out the questions that you want without going straight to the point like the other kind of message. So what I would have done if I were you is just ask them, a bit more info, like, I can't really find a lot of information about your coaching business. Where can I see some more information about that? And then
mm,
you can chime in some stuff about social media presence can really affect how you gain and how you get clients and also attention to your business. What we do at Myriad Labs is that we help coaches, this and this, but now you don't all send it all at once. Like, you'd have just kept a chunk at the beginning for social media presence, and also where can I find some more information, or where can I see stuff about your coaching business, right? So that way, not only can you find out quickly right from the jump, okay, is this his actual page that he uses for coaching? So you can pretty much tell right from the jump he has no social media presence. So from there, you can then now cater your questions to now appeal to his desire of getting clients using his social media for completely free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And did you have any other one that you wanted us to look at? Or is that pretty much the only person who replied?
Yeah, that's the only
Mm.
person. I only sent out like 30 yesterday, so
Mhm.
I can
Okay.
avoid getting restricted.
Okay. And let's see. So 30 conversations, new conversations started, 30 new messages sent, one new conversation started, and pretty much one not interested. So yeah, that's the
Yeah.
summary of your outreach. Okay, okay. So what you want to do is at least improve on your profile optimization. So you can start posting up those photos that we had talked about with the captions. So at least give some people something to look at least something like that. So I think Jake had already started doing that by sharing some of the stuff I had on my profile to his profile. That can also help you with that. So yeah, that's all pretty much the only recommendation that I have for now. Um, as for your messages, please at least look at the what's it called, good conversation examples, and that we have in the Discord and also in the Drive. You look at some ways to create context and familiarity because one thing about your first message it was a bit, what would you say, lackluster. Like for example, if you were to receive that message, would you even feel the need to respond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
yeah, so look into that and yeah. I always want you guys to, before you send out a message, always put yourself in the frame of, if I was to receive this message, would I respond? And then just, keep going like that. Okay. So thanks for that, Will. At least you're seeing some traction, even if it wasn't as good as we were expecting or anything like that. But progress is progress. But okay.
Yeah.
So I think next we can start move on to Thato. So Thato, give us a quick update. How's it been last 24 hours?
Hey, Josh. It's been pretty good. I've been you know, replying to some of the old messages that I had lying around there. I haven't started my new messages as of yet. As I said, told yesterday, I'm gonna start doing that on the Monday. But I just wanted to add something to the conversation that Will shared. Maybe just a piece of game I can put him on.
Yeah, go
Making
ahead.
educated assumptions works very well to get replies out of people, right? So, for example, if you were to take a look through their profile, right, and see how many posts how many reels or how many educational posts that they put up per week, um, making an assumption on how much traffic you think they get um, works very well, right? Like I don't know if you've ever like spoken to a girl before and she was like she looked exotic and you asked her she's from like Colombia and she said, "Oh no, I'm from there." All of a sudden, that's a conversation started type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, that's also a very good way to add spice to the conversation. But other than that, no, I haven't started my new messages as of yet, but made the replies to all the other locked up.
The old ones are follow-ups, basically. In fact, that was even what I was going to suggest is that you just stick for follow-ups for now
Yeah,
before you start off with your new messages. But yeah,
yeah.
so that's a nice, nice little biz raise he's giving you guys right there. Oh, Jake just asked positive or negative. Please keep it positive because people respond nicely because people like to feel nice. Because think about it from the psychology of people, right? People like to feel important. People like to feel appreciated. So when you show some small appreciation, even something mentioning as small as I really like the family picture that you had up, like for example, the one that Will had up, like, oh, I really like how you have some family oriented pictures on your profile. Really shows that you have strong moral values or something like that. Some small compliments, nothing too crazy, nothing that you need to think out of the box for, just something that's right there that you can quickly mention. So that way, it also, as I said, creates some more context and familiarity, because whenever you receive a message from someone, you always want to know, why are you sending me this message? So if you give a quick reason or a quick compliment, it can quickly just shift their attention right away from, why is this person messaging me, to, oh, I really appreciate you saying that about my this and this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you are going to make something like a somewhat negative assumption, I would say before that, be sure that the familiarity is there. And
Mm.
by negative, I mean, like, for example, if you find that if you come across a page and they've got absolutely no posts about their business or anything like that, um, you can make the assumption, but then follow up immediately with value after that, right? So basically, a way to kind of fix that issue.
Mhm.
Does that make
It's like,
sense?
it's literally like how if you want to pull a girl, bro, you have to drop game, and then like give them a slight insult, and then compliment them right after, like W raise right there, and trust
Exactly,
me,
exactly. It's the same
they
thing.
fall
It's
for it
exactly
every
the
single
same.
time. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, so yeah, you drop some quick, just a quick something slightly negative, but not so much that it might throw them off and be like, oh, that's so rude or something like that, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
start using.
I'd say like the worst thing you'd say is like, I assume that you don't get much, inbound, or you don't get much of your clients through Facebook, because I see through that, there's not too many posts about that. And then, you can either follow up with value, say, speak about the importance, your, most of your leads or your clients through outbound. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that was some nice quick alpha right there from Tato. We appreciate you for that one.
Awesome. No
Yeah,
problem.
you should like give it a name, like the cold hot method,
Couple of hot ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What Josh said earlier, the biz riz. That's
All the
pretty.
Israelis, yeah. We use that mainly when we're talking about like stuff we do in sales calls and stuff we use
Oh
to
yeah.
close clients. But yeah, this also definitely counts as base raise.
Yeah. Of course. Of
Um,
course. Of course.
yeah. So okay, thanks for that. So let's uh, yeah, keep up the good work with the outreach, and yeah, keep us updated as to how that's going.
Yeah. Of
Okay.
course. We'll.
Okay, let's move on to Godwin. Godwin, give us a quick update.
Hey, did you call me?
Mm-hmm. You are saying, give us a quick update of how your outreach has been.
Oh. So today I sent, I think, 38
Sorry about that.
DMs. Got 6 replies, like 6 openings, and I actually sent one lady a booking link, and she like ghosted me. I followed up like 3 times, so
He posted you or ghosted you?
like ghost, like
Oh,
she didn't reply.
I thought we had to him a story. Like
Like
that.
I don't know, I don't
So
know
what
what to
what what
do.
of those conversations have you done?
Um, I'm using my phone, so let me see if I can still do it.
Yeah. Let's look at all the ones. Let's first look at all the ones that responded. We can finish up with the one that you sent the booking.
Okay. Are you seeing the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The same problem as Jim.
You're seeing this.
Uh,
Then at some point he stopped answering. I don't know what happened.
mm,
Let me like slowly scroll. He stopped answering here.
see, there's
So
the type of amount of-
I think I'll follow up tomorrow.
Just for the exam.
No problem.
I'm
Then,
is everyone seeing everything?
Yeah, I hear a
Huh?
bit of an echo.
That was interesting. Yeah, so that one did follow up, he was pretty warm at the beginning, and I really started off with this.
Okay, you mean this?
One thing you could have done was, what was it? I think I'd seen that as how to start conversation. Check this real quick. Technically, some magic you can add it in. And,
Oh, okay.
so, yeah, you just said something like, okay, you said, what did you say exactly? I can't see it anymore.
Oh, I should share the screen again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, so you said mentorship. You could have added the specific meaning of what the mentorship was. So just to, at least show people at least going a bit further, check out at least your feeling about what mentorship is. So I think
Like
if you,
art and business mentor. So I wasn't really sure
mhm.
because like there was no main name, and I didn't want to like talk about business when it's
Is the
actually the
website,
huh?
his website.
I didn't see any website.
Doesn't have any more information. Okay. So what you would have done just like, I thought I'd written this message out in the, okay, yeah, we need to go through this with them. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much the way it went is fine. Just follow up with that.
Okay.
Let's look at the other ones.
Mm, this one too.
Depending on what exactly. 97 euros to 50. That's ridiculous.
Like
97 euros to 15,000. What kind of range is that?
I don't know. I was guessing maybe he has like different offers, like low tickets, middle at like
That's
I
not
didn't
even
even
hard ticket. That has to be like that's underground ticket because that's not even low. Okay, I would have to speak to them. And then he just stopped responding.
Yep.
Yeah, so what I would say is reduce the amount of responses for at least for the first couple of messages that we want. Until they ask you for further information, keep the responses short and sweet. So for example, for that guy, you would have just been like, okay, 97 to 15,000 is quite good, but that's quite a wide range. So what kind of audience are you targeting with that? Very simple.
And I'll still like break it
Mhm.
up more because like nobody wants to read a paragraph.
Yeah. I mean, those are even that's even better than a paragraph because I've seen paragraphs. Like in my DMs, I can show you guys paragraphs. Like this is a message I have to literally scroll before I read the entire message, which is insane. So yeah, you could break it up a bit more, and also or even just simply keep it very short for the first couple of messages until they ask for the question.
Oh, no
So
problem.
So if you go a bit too much detail answering questions they haven't asked or giving them some information they haven't asked for, it comes off as giving what we call commission breath. So it reduces your status and now you become needy. Because the whole point is to position yourself as someone who can provide value to them. And if you're someone who can provide value to them, more often than not, you will always wait until you're asked a question. Like you won't just in as much as you're trying to give value, if you're trying to put yourself in a position whereby you're you're the expert, right? You're the expert in this situation and you're trying to give them value, right? At the beginning stages, until they ask, keep it very short and sweet to their responses and ask questions that would want them to answer yes to. You know, so once they answer questions, what's it called? Once they answer the question for the price, you simply ask the question like, how many people are you targeting with that? And also, how would you be interested in getting 5 to 15 more people per month or something like that for your coaching? Is that something you'd be interested in? And that's a question that every person, every coach would be interested in saying yes. And then, of course, at that point, answer yes a bit more for the information. Now that's
Oh, I understand now.
okay. So yeah, I think the rest pretty much go like that. Jessica, coaching group, might be able to on coaching program. Did you get my previous message? Please, guys, if you're gonna follow up, use the follow-ups that we have in your training, in your tracking sheet rather. You have a message assets tab right there. Use those follow-ups because those are they're very chilled and very what's the word? None. You're not really forward with the kinds of messages you're sending, because the thing is just like, okay, Jessica's probably seen the first message and then she was just not interested, but following up is now where you show up, you show your personality, because at the end of the day, ask yourself this: how many people are also asking Jessica, have you seen my previous message? Probably hundreds every day or even every week, hundreds of messages. So think a bit out of the box, and that's what our messaging follow up sequence is like. It's very out of the box, it's not very regular. So if you also want to come up with your own messaging follow up sequence, it's a bit, you know, out of the ordinary. Like, in fact, the more outlandish the message, the better it is. So the crazier the kind of follow up you can make it, more often than not someone will respond. Okay, so another thing we will add on is just what's it called, some phrases or some follow-ups you were testing out so that you guys can see how that goes. Okay, so
When I was looking for setter jobs, somebody was trying to sell like a training course to me,
mhm.
and they followed up like a few times, and then they ended up sending a meme of Hasbullah, and that made me message them
Exactly,
because it was just
exactly,
so outlandish.
exactly. Yeah. And in fact, even in our messaging sequence, if I show you guys, there's literally a part which says send a GIF of something funny, of you being ghosted or you talking to a wall or something like that. You know that meme for the guy who's like chopping it up with a wall and it's literally just him facing a
Yeah,
wall, something like
yeah.
that. So yeah, you send something like that out and someone is like, "Oh, that's actually kind of funny," then you respond. Hope you got that quick info right there before the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did.
okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's skip ahead, and since we want to make this meeting a bit faster, let's skip ahead to the one where you sent her the booking link. Let's beat that. Different packages are available. Okay. Try the packages you got a high ticket offer able to attract leads to your offer. Uh-huh. How much was that high ticket offer that she's saying?
I think 1,000, like 1,250. I'm not really sure.
Okay. So the one thing we want to make very clear to you guys is that the kind of coaches that we're targeting are very high ticket coaches because our service is also high ticket. So more often than not, these coaches who have very low tickets, even something below 2,000 is not something that would be a good fit for them. Because just think about it, if we're charging them like what's it called, like 4K. Yeah, we have packages going from 3.25 all the way to 7K a month. How would someone who's selling an what they call coaching package for 97 euros gonna afford that, or someone who's selling a package for 125 or even 1,000? It will take a lot of closes for clients for them before they start being in profit. Because it's just if a coach themselves already has like a 2,500 package, right? They would only need to close two more clients for them to be in profit from us. You see, that's the thing, is that it only works for high ticket coaches. And also the other thing is that people appreciate it when you show them that, okay, I'm not trying to target everyone. I'm only trying to target people who can afford our service. Because look at it from the landscape, the cold outbound outreach landscape in general, right? Everyone is receiving messages, everyone is receiving cold DMs, everyone is receiving pitches 24/7. Imagine that even just having coach in your bio can get you like hundreds of DMs a day from lead gen companies, short form content companies, all these other kinds of companies telling you they want to do this for you, this for you, this for you, right? So when you look at that in general, right, you need to show people that, okay, I'm not even targeting everyone. Like, for example, in our messaging flow, I don't know if you guys had seen this, but there's a part where we specifically specify that, oh, you ask them, um, essentially, where is it? Let me read this right here. It's basically just telling them, oh, this type of our offer only works pretty much for high ticket coaches. So that's why I asked you what the price of your coaching program was. I think that's missing right there. So we'll review that and add that there and make the flow a bit more, you know, linear, as I had said earlier. So yeah, what I was saying is that you basically, after asking them the price, you tell them, okay, the reason why I asked you the price is because, a lot of coaches can't really afford our services, and it only pretty much works for high ticket coaches. Because as I said, think about it in terms of scale. How many sales would someone who's selling a coaching program for 500 needs to make? How many closes would they need to make in order for them to become in profit after even just 1 month of paying our service, right? So that's why it's a good fit just for high ticket coaches. So that's one thing I want you guys to start doing now. If they tell you that, okay, it's a bit, if their pricing for the coaching is low, or if you see what you've seen so far is not very high ticket, by high ticket I mean 2,500 and up, you can just let's see, you can either you can redirect them to the group, or you can provide them some quick value through some of the content we have up, right? Because there's a lot of content we have up helping, showing coaches how to use content, how to use like free organic methods to gain more clients, and also how to, use the social profiles, to increase social media presence and things like that. So you can either route them to the group and be like, so, considering that, your program isn't very high ticket, what will happen is you can join our group and get some more information about how to scale up your coaching business, and also get our free training program that shows you how to scale your coaching business to this much, to what I think it was 200K annual recurring revenue in 6 steps. Something like that will allow people to join our group, nurture themselves, allow themselves to gain some more information, and then from there we've already built up a connection with them. So further down the line, if they end up scaling up their coaching business, they can come back to us and be like, "Oh, you guys helped me from the beginning. I'm really looking to moving forward with you guys." Because at the end of the day, it's like if they book a call, for example, if Kathy books a call, you won't make as much money because she's unqualified. If she's unqualified, she won't close. So right there, you just wasted how much time talking to Kathy and dressing her up just for you not to make money. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Good. So I think, yeah, for Kathy, I think the convo is fine. At least for what I've seen so far. Yeah, pretty much is like solve rich people's problems. That's where you get paid the most. That's what Alex Omozi said ago. Yeah. So apart from that, yeah, good work so far. Get some. I really like how you've gotten some good responses, even with the profile not being 100% optimized. As you can see, the flow that we said for asking them the question for would you be interested in getting these many clients works. So just scale up the profile optimization and you'll be good. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I think now from there we can move on to I think Jake. Jake, so far this is your first meeting with us, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. So have you started outreach though? I haven't checked it.
yeah. So I started outreach today.
Okay.
I thought it was 40 messages. That's what you said in the last
Mm,
one. So I have sent 40.
mm,
Um, but I think a bit what you were talking about earlier and what Nate said. I didn't realize you had to be mutual friends with all these people for the messages to get through to the inbox. So I think
yeah.
that's like more of my problem. A lot of my starters are like Godwins because I was talking to them during the day.
Mm,
So well, they're not all like that. I don't have any like conversations as such to show
yeah.
because nothing else has been opened.
Yeah. It's all good. That's exactly now why we have the daily KPIs channels, because if we can clearly tell you're sending out messages but you're not getting any responses, it's either two problems. Either you don't have enough friends, or your profile isn't optimized enough. So that's just those are the two problems that directly correlate to your messages being opened in the first place. So yeah, so for
Yeah,
you specifically, just yeah, all you need to do is just add up some more friends, especially from the groups that you'll be doing outreach on, and
hmm
also optimize your profile a bit more. So make sure you're adding some more posts on there. So as I said, we'll put up the folder on Google Drive where you guys can also put up some testimonials and some client results we have right on your profiles. Okay, help you out with that.
Is there anything specific apart from like the testimonials and uh
No,
reposting all type of stuff? Is there anything specific you sort of like
anything specific? No,
talk about?
just there's nothing specific when it comes to your profile optimization that people will look for when they open your profile. More often than not, it's just checking if your account is real, number one. And then from there, it's
Okay.
like, okay, after checking if your account is a real person, the next thing they say is like, okay, at least they don't think it's not like someone consciously thinks these things. It's just what happens.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
They'll just be like, okay, now considering the message that you sent me and looking at your profile, do I really think you can provide the transformation that you're offering me?
Yeah,
If
okay.
the answer more often than not is no, which usually happens like in seconds, right after they check your profile, they won't respond.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, nice, nice. And then now, lastly, let's move on to Favor. Last but not least, Favor, give us a quick update. Ah, damn. I don't know if you'll be able to respond. Usually, this kind of conversation type of thing is how we solve problems quickly. Don't know if how it's gonna work if we're just talking through text. Can you even hear me? Can you guys hear me? Everyone just confirm if you guys could hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, mate.
Right. Like if he can't respond, I don't really know how we're gonna do that. But I think he started outreach, at least from my assumption. I'll send you a message. Okay. Do this favor. Just send us a message on Discord breaking down your outreach and even sending some screenshots if you have, and then we'll give you some recommendations on there. Okay. If you can hear that, just react with a thumbs up.
Josh, I just wanted to add, perhaps I know that were speaking a bit earlier about how we could improve the training. So I just thought about something now. Do you mind if I just quickly add?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, we're taking open to any suggestions to help you guys
Sure,
out.
man. Sure, man. So I think you know like in sales or whatever, there's never gonna be like the one script that works
Mm-hmm.
all the
Yeah.
time, right? Of course, that's never going to be a thing. I
Mm-hmm.
suppose that it's definitely good. I think Will said it earlier, that for somebody who's new, who's coming into the game, that like scripts in general can help. I think putting more of an emphasis into the actual psychology of sales would be
Yes.
much more beneficial in the long run, because
Mm-hmm.
you if you truly understand like psychology, you wouldn't really even need a script, right?
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what point somebody is, where to take them next in order to get to the
Yeah.
end goal. So I think that a bit more emphasis on like the psychology of sales. um I know that they are like the mind states that people are in, but maybe more of a breakdown on taking them to point A to point B to point C to point D,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from. So
Yeah,
what we have on our end is usually very sophisticated because what we have is we work through stages rather than scripts for most of the things.
yeah,
Even on our sales calls, we work through phases. We have a script, of course, but it's more like a phase thing. So I have different phases, what there's different kinds of information I'm trying to find out about each phase. The thing about that is that it requires you to be very sophisticated already.
yeah,
You already have a lot of experience with doing something. So if you were to make the training like that, where it's more like a phase thing, a lot of people who wouldn't really understand very quickly how to apply that.
yeah,
You see, that's the thing. But what we can do is we can augment it and add an additional section, just for anyone who wants it to be there. But what we had is by keeping the conversational flow more of like a script thing, it can help. Actually, what's Jake saying? Let me read this real quick. Jake can find a PDF of how to enter into some language. I've already actually read that book, so yeah. So I know completely. I understand completely what you're saying. So that book is actually very good. In fact, if I could recommend you guys to do something, is read that book. It really shows you how to interact with people in a way that gets you your end result without you having to be shady or anything like that. So it's a really good book. I recommend it. So let's do that. In fact, we'll send out what's it called? Even a YouTube video summary of that book if you guys want to check that out. Just really understand with the psychology of people, and what we can do as well is, as I said, this augmented training a bit more to show how to go about it in a phase kind of. So I think that will help as well. You guys are tapped in. You even know who Luke Bellman is, WW man. Yeah, so yeah, I was just watching a video of his literally a couple of hours ago. WW in the chat. If you guys know Luke Bellman is, you pretty much know where we're trying to go, okay? Let's see. So yeah, we'll send out a positive call. And appreciate the the suggestion. Really appreciate any suggestions because the only way we can help we can help you guys out is if you guys are willing to do it in the return for us because this is a teamwork type of thing. And I think my mates have no clue. No way. If you don't actually know who Luke Belma is, like what are you actually doing? Uh, if you're gonna have a role model, at least make it to be a millionaire. Come on. So yeah, what was I saying? I was saying let's see go. So I was saying like yeah, we're taking pretty much all suggestions that you guys have. As I said, is like the only way we can really help you guys if you guys are willing to extend the hand back to us. And that way we can, teamwork makes the dream work. And then we can all make it up. We can all make it happen and run it up. So yeah, I've taken all your suggestions into consideration and we'll make appropriate adjustments. Okay. So thank you guys for that. And I think we're pretty much done. So as I said, if ever you can hear me, pretty much just send us messages about your outreach. Just break it down very quickly. It doesn't have to be that long. Send us some screenshots if you started some conversations, and then we'll give you some recommendations if there are any. So apart from that, before we end the meeting, yeah, I love to see you guys are tapped in. So if
Yeah,
you guys
Josh.
yeah, we're going
Favor, I responded in the messages.
where.
This column.
Oh, the last 24 hours of haven't been too eventful. I joined a few Facebook groups and regarding outreach, I haven't sent any new messages yet. Plan to send them tonight. I was mostly in the training today. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you can update that. So you can update that on us on that tomorrow in English. So yeah, update us on that tomorrow, and then I hope you have the pictures ready of yourself, the 5 pictures that we asked. Do you have them ready? And if not, you can just, as I said, share some of the content that we have up on our profiles. Okay. If you're looking for the links to our profiles, it's also in the profile optimization document. Oh yeah, and the one last thing. One last thing. I just have to mention this, guys. I don't even know if this is a data set, but quick thing is that we're not even trying. It's not even misogyny or anything like that, or we're trying to be sexist or some shit like that. But
It's brilliant when it starts with that.
being completely transparent and being completely honest with you guys, more often than not, or at least from our experience, female clients end up being nightmare clients. In fact, we just recently had an experience with a client which was just very left a bad taste in, honestly. So what and it's very funny is that we were being biased. We were like, oh, maybe we're being a bit biased and shit. But then we found some more information. In fact, several pieces of information and evidence that showed us that we were actually right from the beginning, because we hadn't even ever experienced it before. And then we found some support. It might be confirmation bias or something like that. But we're just like, okay, you know what? The amount of people who are agreeing is very vastly different than the amount of people who are disagreeing. So what we were going to recommend for you guys to do is just like at least keep the split between male and female like 80-20, right? Or at least if you want to keep 100 and 0, that's fine. I didn't say that. If you want to do that, I didn't say that, okay? So yeah, if you want to do that, don't tell anyone I told you to do that. I said 80-20, okay? So the, the thing is that it's just that now if you send me all the ladies that are qualified, that's crazy. Nah. because we've actually experienced something that was insane for us, and it's just like it's just it's just something that we didn't want to experience because we've seen people even in our own community have experienced like extremely bad experiences with female clients. Like one of them got their like they were getting clients from Upwork, so they had their whole profile set up there. The female client decided to break the contract, and then on top of breaking the contract, decided to get their account banned by, what was it called, reporting their account for apparently, misconduct or some shit. So this guy completely got his entire method of outreach, his entire way that he was getting accounts, I mean, getting clients before completely just eradicated instantly, just because she felt like that she wasn't a good fit with him. That's the other thing is that we also experience that is that they say one thing, right, and then do another thing. We don't call it a man of your word for no reason. You know, because what happened was female client says one thing, and then now when it comes to actually putting in the action of what they said, it's very different. Like we've seen it live. Like it's not we're coming up with this shit from our ass. We've seen it happen live. So, like for example, she might start saying, "Oh, I love the content." Then at the end of the day, she's like, "Oh, I don't want to move forward." As for the exact reason why she doesn't move forward, it's always something very vague and emotional based. It's always something like, "Oh, I don't feel the women, the women with the cup is there, and that has me dead." Yeah, so it's always something like, "I don't feel like we're gonna be a good fit," or "I don't see us being a good team to work." It's always something very emotional based and not factual. So more often than not, they end up being very terrible clients. And honestly, we just rather avoid that in the first place because think about it this way: you guys end up booking a meeting. She's pretty qualified, and more often than not, if it was a male client, she would sign the contract and say, "Okay." Even more often than not, they would not even have a contract. It would be verbal agreement, right? Because most of our clients, even male clients, if you say it's handshake agreement, we don't even need to discuss the terms, and we know, okay, I promise this. This is what you're gonna get, and this guy knows if we do deliver, you will get paid, right? But handshake agreements with female clients, let me tell you, those things do not go well at all. So just think about it. You guys,
Bro,
you're thinking we've closed the client, and then now you're waiting for your commission, and then she backs out for no reason, and then right there you don't make any money. So we just rather avoid that, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the last thing I wanted to mention. Anyone else have any other questions, remarks, or you say this is misogyny, and then you leave? That would be crazy, actually.
I don't know. I feel like everybody is pretty based, so I don't think we have
Yeah,
those comments.
Yeah,
We don't have those remarks.
oh,
But
let's even show you guys. That's the thing. I was just talking. Let me show you some actual evidence. It's like if I would talk with no evidence, it's like he's just talking. But no, let me show you the real deal of how it actually is. And the crazy part is we're not the only ones who agree. Even female business owners agree that they don't want to work with female clients. And let me show you. I'm not
I'm
just
not even gonna say that it's tough because, like,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure that the actual female clients who would actually be good are the ones who don't really need the service. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? Because they're already at a position because their profiles are already sorted. They've already got somebody doing their thing
Right.
already.
Yeah.
So now you kind of left. Sound like a dick, but you kind of left with the scraps in a way.
And that's perfectly exactly what it is. Is like more often than
Yeah.
not, they would rather have you if they're extremely reliant on your service. More often than not, it will just become a nightmare. Like you might set an expectation that okay, this is what we're delivering, this, and this. Or for example, we don't communicate at this specific time, or you shouldn't do this, and that, and they'll just end up doing it. And then when you show them otherwise, they'll start saying things like, I feel like you're taking advantage of me. And you're just there left like, what are you talking about?
That's hilarious, bro. They're like micromanaging you. Very
I can't find it for some. It's like, yeah, it is. Okay, guys. So we're just gonna go. Let's just go to a quick data set. Just to put you guys on. If you guys end up starting on your own agency at some point, or you guys become something at some point, this is just a quick warning for you guys of how much of a nightmare it can be. So let's see.
I learned this lesson years ago. So.
Yeah. I want to hear that story. I want to hear that story. So basically, we were just like, after it happened, we were like, okay, let's maybe see what other people are saying, right? And then we just happened to crack to come across this tweet, right? And this guy is basically saying that his experience with handshake deals with female clients is that this is what more often than not happens. They back out of the project halfway, they refuse to pay your final invoice even after you deliver the work, and then they flake on your verbal agreement even after you send the invoice. So we literally experienced this. Back out of the project, refuses to pay the continuance, and then flakes on a verbal agreement, right? We literally experienced every single thing that this guy had mentioned without even knowing who this guy was from the beginning, right? And the comments were kind of funny. Let me be honest. This stuff was kind of funny, right? Because right there, this guy says, maybe you need to make a deal with your father or husband, and I was just there, bring the husband into this. And as I said, even women agree. I'm a woman and I don't work with women for all the reasons stated because they do be like that. It's just how it is. It's like it's sad that it is like that, but it's just that's the thing. And people are saying, okay, stop doing handshake deals, stop offering credit, but that's just the thing. Even with a contract, they break it, then what? They get your account banned. Now what do? You have no clients. Or for example, like LinkedIn, let me tell you, LinkedIn and female clients can kick you in that. That's not even kick you. That shit will mess you up for life. You'll be walking funny for the rest of your life for how bad you'll be fucked by these female clients. These female clients on LinkedIn, because I can just imagine something small going badly, right? And then she ends up talking shit directly on her profile, bro. And just like that, her entire network knows. And on LinkedIn, like everybody knows each other on LinkedIn, right? So if somebody burns you once on LinkedIn, everybody knows. So imagine trying to do outreach when everybody's seeing how some previous client just talked shit about you on LinkedIn. And this is something that this is something that it happens. Look at it like who says my favorite is when they send their husband to you so that you can explain to him why she owes you the money. That's crazy to me. Why would we want to experience that, right? She owes you money and her husband is coming to talk to you about her business. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's pretty much everyone was saying like it's what's it called? It's like you never experience things like that with male clients. And if personally we haven't. If a male client we have a handshake agreement and they decide, okay, I don't really want to move forward with you, they'll just simply tell us, okay, I don't like it because of this, and this reason. And at least I know we've already continued till this point. I can continue until the end of the month and then I'll move forward with something else. But if she can just decide to wake up today and cancel our agreement, and what can you do? What can you do? And if you don't agree to her terms, if she becomes a dictator, a tyrant, or some shit like that, you're getting blasted. And honestly, as I said, we just much rather avoid that. And the good thing with our business is that we get paid before we deliver the service. So, and we have very strict contracts. So once once any kind of client pays in upfront, they're stuck in for the rest of the month, whether they like it or not. So we make sure that we avoid these things, but why not what's it called? Why not solve the problem before it happens? So what I gotta say is, boys are just like, avoid them if you can. If you can't, no.
You Josh, maybe add something to it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, we spoke about this a while back, and I was just like thinking about it deeper and deeper, and I realized it's it's more of the situation where it's like a few women will be the ones who like stand out in this game by realizing that how to like win in this game is to actually realize that you're playing it in a man's world, you know. So when you just look at even just like the very few like successes like Leila Homozi, like she'll make sure that she like emphasizes that she's dealing in a man's world, and how she actually has to maneuver is with the rationale of a man. And you're gonna see now there's very few women who would now even want to operate like that, you know. Literally, that's the comment. Yeah, like they have to, like the women themselves also have to understand that's the world there, and that's why it's like there'll be really few, and that's why it's like, don't really go and try looking for like the needle in the haystack, where
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
there'll be gems that exist, but it's like by the time you find them, like it will have taken quite a while. But finding a man who's true to their word, you know
It's
you'll
a
find
very, it's a
plenty of
very,
them.
it's like we would want to work with female clients, but at the end of the day, it's like if you make our job difficult for us to do it, why would we want to work with you? And the thing is that unfortunately, it's just that's how it goes with them. Yeah, so it is what it is, and we're gonna make money regardless. But yeah, I hope everyone here is just not low key, just thinking misogyny. Oh, damn it. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. We just wanted to add that quick thing before you guys head out. And it might be a bit harder now, considering that coaching space is very hey, English is very dominated by females. A lot of women are they're in the coaching space, but when you look at the business, more often than not, it's female. So, yeesh. Anyway, yeah. So I hope you guys have a good one. What do you want to say?
No, that's facts. Like you
Yeah,
see it in the profiles. Like there's a lot of them in the groups, but like
a lot of them in the groups,
not
but
like
I mean,
uh
yeah,
yeah.
it's tough, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, you gotta be based, man. You can't be falling into the trap of the programming. You gotta think for yourself and see things for what they are. So I hope you guys at least get where we're coming from and understand. I think everyone here is based. Like this, we're talking about Luke Belmer. We're all based at this point. Yeah, so yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'm looking forward to the next meeting for tomorrow, so that we can see how much progress we're making, how many appointments we've booked, and things like that. Don't worry, no one is gonna notice. We're not gonna tell anyone. Who's gonna find out? Get canceled. That's crazy. Uh, anyway, I mean, it can definitely happen though, but I'm not really scared of being canceled, to be honest, because cancel me, okay, congratulations. Then what? Like everybody tried to cancel who was it? They tried to cancel Tate. They tried to cancel who? Tried to cancel who else? I don't know. They just be canceling anyone at this point. Like I could literally just do a backflip and they'll cancel me for trying to show an awareness to people who can't walk or some shit. Like I don't understand how it. Anyway, yeah, I'm just having fun at this point. So yeah, hope you guys have a good one. So really appreciate you guys coming through and at least showing us all the stuff with your outreach and everything. So we'll take all your recommendations into account. And if you guys have any other questions, you can always go ahead and ask us directly in the Discord. So yeah, hope you guys have a good one and we'll catch up tomorrow. Okay.
Awesome. Just
Thank you.
Josh, Nate, Tito, can you guys just stay behind for me?